It is trying to rain and we're trying to make car content. You may already know where we're going to go to film this one. Let's go ahead and roll the 306 intro. It has been a minute since we had the 306 on the channel, and some of you may remember that I actually bought this 306 not just to be nostalgic. It actually was meant to serve a genuine purpose. I bought this 306 so that I would have something to drive whilst fixing my 106 Quiksilver. Only the 306, as soon as I got it, it broke. And broke again, and again, and again, and again, and again, and it would not stop breaking long enough for me to drive the 306 and fix the 106 Quiksilver. At one point I had done so many jobs to this car that I actually thought we were finally there. I thought we finally got to a point where we can drive the 306, fix Lexi's head gasket, but no. Just as I got to that point, I lent the 306 to a friend of mine. And what happened after that, I don't blame my friend, and I don't blame his partner. She just needed a car to borrow for a week whilst they were getting theirs fixed. But within a week, within the 1 week that they borrowed this car, his speedo stopped working, his ABS light came on, and he broke down in Sainsbury's car park. All that within a week. And the Sainsbury's car park breakdown wasn't a major thing. It was just a problem with the battery terminal that my mate fixed there and then, and the car carried on. And shortly after I had the car back, the ABS light then came on. So it's been quite a journey. So what have we managed to do about this new catalogue of problems then? Well, the speedo was an absolute pain in the arse. The speedo is driven by a sensor that's bolted into the gearbox in what is one of the most inaccessible places that you could imagine putting it. What? Well, looks like we're not going to go and film under the bridge that we're used to filming under. Okay, let's film somewhere else. So this speedo sensor then, this is the offending article, and it turns out that it's bolted into the gearbox from, it's above the right hand drive shaft and it sits underneath the turbo pipe, and because of that there's almost no room to get to it whatsoever. And when I say that this is a pain in the arse, I can't express that enough. There's no room to get into this from above. You can barely get into it from underneath. And so I ended up getting my phone, and there I am holding my phone above the drive shaft at this angle and this angle and that angle, getting the flash on it, taking all these photos, and most of them were absolutely bloody useless. But I managed to get one that showed me how it was bolted in. It showed me where the electrical connection was, and really showed me, I think there was two of them, two photos, it really showed me just how difficult this was going to be. But we tackled it anyway, managed to get the electrical connection off, which wasn't too bad. The bolt that was holding it in place, there just wasn't enough room to get an Allen key in there. It's absolutely bloody stupid where it is, but it's an Allen head bolt, so there had to be a way of doing this. I ended up cutting down an Allen key, just making it a little bit shorter, and that did the job. It was just enough to get the Allen key in and get that damn bolt out. And then it turns out you have to rotate it 30 degrees anti-clockwise, which from underneath, of course, is clockwise. This is where your lefty-loosey and righty-tighty end up going backwards when you're underneath the car. But there's no room to get your hand in there to turn the damn thing. So it was another Allen key job, and you had to use the angle of the Allen key just to push on it, just to get the turn. At which point I thought, yes, I'm going to get this damn thing out, and it still wouldn't come out. At that point, I resorted to a hammer and a screwdriver to tap the damn thing out. And I say tap, I mean whack. I had to whack this damn thing out. Finally got it out. Thought, right, this is great, excellent. Changed over the cog that drives the gear inside there, and proceeded to try and fit the new one, which went into place pretty easily, but it wouldn't click all the way down because there's a little rubber seal on it, which has to click into the gearbox. So that took some doing. I was under the car doing a one-arm pull-up to try and get the damn thing to click, and eventually it did, and we rotated it, we got the bolt in, and it was done. But it was, I never want to do it again. It was terrible. What I would say to you is, if you have one of these 306s and you need to change your speedo sensor, this is what I'm going to say. You can make your life 100% easier, and this is what you're going to do. Take it to a garage. Yes, I said it. I never take my car to a garage except for an MOT once a year. But yes, just take it to a garage. It's just not worth doing it on your own. Take the damn thing to a garage. Save your sanity. Save yourself. It's too late for me. Save yourself. Now, I should be mad with this car because it has so many problems. It has caused me so much grief, and it isn't easy to live with at all. It is difficult living with this car, but I exercise a lot of patience for this car because I absolutely fucking love this car, and I think it's worth it. Yep, raining again. That's enough of that. So after the speedo, then we managed to fix the airbag, and then we managed to fix the ABS problem, which was a little bit awkward because the sensors are bolted into this recess. They get corroded in there, all sorts of crud and crap, etc. And the ABS sensors themselves are made out of plastic, so you constantly feel like when you're trying to remove them, you're trying to reverse press them, and they're made out of plastic, so you just constantly feel like you're going to break them. But we managed to get the damn thing out, got it cleaned, got the recess cleaned, and got the ABS sensor back in there. And the light's been off ever since, which naturally I'm happy with. So now we have airbags and ABS that work properly, that finally the lights don't stay on when you start the car. So we're done then. The car is fully operational, fully working. Well, no. There we were, 7:30 at night. I'm about 5 miles from home, and the temperature gauge goes up to 110. The gauge normally hovers around about 70 in this car, but we're at 110, about to go into the red. So I pull into Sainsbury's petrol garage to get some water, and typical petrol garage, they have no water. It's always something, isn't it, that they don't have water, air, etc. So I went into the actual shop and got some still spring water. There I am, 7:30 at night, pitch black, topping up my radiator with spring water, only the best for my 306. It's now running on spring water. There I am, topping up the radiator, hoping that we can get home. And we did. I'm glad to say that we did. But it means now that having fixed the speedo and the airbag and the ABS and everything else that we've fixed along the way, we're now having to contend with a bloody water leak that I think is coming somewhere from the back of the engine. Pretty sure it's not coming from the cam belt area, so I don't think it's the water pump, but I've not had a proper look. I know there's a water pipe that runs through the right hand wheel arch and up into the back of the engine. So that's my next job to tackle on this damn car that I love. Well, what else can I say? Some cars have problems. They're broken. Some people are broken. And some Some will be lucky enough to find others that are willing to put them back together, willing to fix things that they didn't help to break. And some of us will be the fixers.